All in all, it was another great week of NFL football.
What a great game here between these two. And the Jaguars go to 8-3 on the year.
Boom! Now, before we get rolling into Week 13, let's take a look back at the results from TPS versus the world in Week 12. The TPS experts got back above 500 for the week, finishing 9-7, and nailed the lock of the week thanks to the Dolphins dismantling the Jets. The Madden simulation struggled though, posting a 6-10 mark. Meanwhile, the world had yet another week going 10-6. So after this week's action, this season's standings are as follows. TPS 99-81, Madden simulation 88-92, and the world extended its lead by moving to a cumulative record of 118-62. So all in all, there will be two lucky winners taking home TPS bucks this week. Ryan Stracky 4501 predicted 9 butt fumbles and that the Cowboys would score 45. And Melissa Captiani 3665 foresaw 9 butt fumbles and that the Cowboys would total 42 points. So congratulations to our winners. Now we're on to Week 13, where there will be another opportunity for the TPS community to take home some TPS bucks. So remember, if you want to be the next lucky winner to take home a prize, all you have to do is 1. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. 2. Like the video. And 3. Comment below with which quarterback you believe will have the most passing yards in Week 13, and include how many touchdowns they'll have as a potential tiebreaker. So with that out of the way, let's get right into the action. Seattle Seahawks versus Dallas Cowboys. After humiliating the Washington Commanders on Thanksgiving, the Dallas Cowboys have set their targets on the Seahawks. The TPS community is buying high on the Cowboys in this one, as 80% of the tallies came in favor of Dak's squad. And in this one, the Madden simulation actually agrees, though it thinks it's going to be a tight one. It predicted that Dallas will win 28-25, and the game will be sealed by a clutch pass from Dak to Brandon Cooks to put the game out of reach for Seattle. And you know, our pickers are actually joining the consensus on this one. These are two teams that are trending in very opposite directions. Dallas has been playing its best football yet. Meanwhile, the Seahawks are falling fast, and are even at risk of missing out on the playoffs. Dallas will take this one easily and blow out Seattle 42-17. Indianapolis Colts versus Tennessee Titans. Tennessee finally got back in the win column during Week 12 against the lowly Panthers, but will have a taller task ahead with Gardner Minshew and the upstart Indianapolis Colts coming into town. The voters have spoken, and they don't seem to think that Tennessee is ready to answer the bell. In fact, only 20% sided with the Titans. And yeah, the machine is in agreement on this one, as it showed the Colts rolling through the Titans 31-10. And our experts once again are in alignment here. Jonathan Taylor is starting to find his groove, and that should continue to open up opportunities for their gunslinging quarterback downfield. Shane Steichen has his squad playing great team football, and the Colts will take this one with relative ease, 28-17. Atlanta Falcons versus New York Jets. The Atlanta Falcons got a huge win on Sunday over the Saints and put them in the driver's seat in the NFC South. They now just need to avoid letting the mousetrap snap on them when they go to the Meadowlands Week 13 to face a Jets team that has been in shambles in recent weeks. 77% of the votes came in favor of the Falcons, which doesn't come as a huge surprise with how terrible the Jets have been playing lately. The Madden simulation agrees that it'll be all Atlanta, as it predicted a 35-16 win for the Falcons. The TPS experts, however, are going in another direction with this. The Jets have been a mess, yes, but they do have a lot of talent on their roster, and this Falcons team is far from perfect. New York steals this one at home by a final score of 16-10. Detroit Lions versus New Orleans Saints. Following its Thanksgiving letdown, Detroit is traveling down to the Big Easy to try and rebound against the Saints. Yeah, public perception really hasn't changed much. In fact, 92% of the votes came in back in the Lions. The computer sees it playing out a little differently though. It's predicting a 24-20 win for the Saints that's cemented when on 4th and inches, Jared Goff throws quick to Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he's tackled by Marshawn Lattimore for no gain. Well, our team is with the crowd on this one. Sorry, Madden. Detroit is a significantly better team than New Orleans, and yeah, they're gonna prove it. Final prediction, Lions 31, Saints 10. Denver Broncos versus Houston Texans. The Denver Broncos are one of the hottest teams in football right now. They've rattled off 5 straight wins and are now headed to H-Town to test their luck against CJ Stroud and the Texans. The world likes the Texans in this one, but not by an overwhelming margin. In fact, 65% of the votes came in backing Houston. The Madden simulation sees it a bit differently though, predicting that the Broncos will win their 6th straight by a final score of 24-10. The experts at TPS are siding with the fans on this one though. Houston needs this win after falling to Jacksonville last week. Plus, Denver can't win every game now. CJ Stroud will have himself another big afternoon, and his Texans will win this one 24-21. Los Angeles Chargers versus New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are set to host the LA Chargers this week in a matchup of 2 teams that are having embarrassing seasons. No one has given the Patriots a chance to win in this one, though, especially not the voters. 94% say that Justin Herbert and his crew take care of business on the road. The Madden simulation, however, is predicting a shocking overtime win for New England in which Mac Jones leads the offense down the field for a walk-off tutter to Demario Davis. That is an exciting premise, but, the TPS pickers think that this one goes chalk and Los Angeles cruises to a 33-6 victory. Arizona Cardinals versus Pittsburgh Steelers. There seems to be hope renewed in the Steel City with the firing of offensive coordinator Matt Canada, and the Steelers are now coming off their first 400-yard performance since 2020 and are set to host an Arizona Cardinals team that is going nowhere fast this season. The public is backing Pittsburgh in this one. The percentages are split 86-14. Well, Madden predicted that the Steelers will win 21-20 as well, but our team is zigging on this one. We think that Kyler has himself a day and creates all sorts of havoc for the Pittsburgh defense. A couple of costly turnovers late will then ultimately do the Steelers in, and Arizona will take this game 24-19. Miami Dolphins versus Washington Commanders. Following their Black Friday shopping in the Meadowlands, the Dolphins are headed to the nation's capital to face off against a Washington Commanders side that got destroyed by Dallas on Turkey Day. The public is all over the Fins in this one. 94% of the voters think that they have no problem knocking off the Commanders. And the Madden simulation seems to agree, as it predicted a 31-17 Miami win. And yeah, our team is in alignment on a Dolphins W. But we think that Washington puts up a bit of a fight in this one, and Sam Howell has himself a big week. Though he'll end up doing so in a losing effort, as Miami will prevail 42-35. Carolina Panthers versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Carolina Panthers, fresh off the Frank Reich firing, are headed to Tampa to face the Buccaneers in another uninspiring NFC South showdown. 89% of the votes came in favor of Baker and the Bucs, but the computer has some other ideas, as it's predicting that the Panthers get their 2nd win of the season 14-6, all thanks to a Miles Sanders run to finish off Tampa. The TPS team is with the community on this one, though. Carolina is just not a very good football team, and firing the coach is not gonna solve that problem. Tampa Bay takes care of business at home, winning this one by a final score of 20-13. San Francisco 49ers versus Philadelphia Eagles. Following their epic win against the Bills in Week 12, the Eagles have another big challenge coming down the pipe, with the San Francisco 49ers coming to the link for a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. The community voters are split on this one, with 53% of the votes backing San Francisco to steal a win on the road. But the Madden simulation is not convinced, as it showed an 18-17 win for the Birds that is sealed by a shocking decision to go for 2 points on the game-winning touchdown from Hurts to Olamide Zaccheaus at the end of regulation. Hurts converts the opportunity, finding Devontae Smith, and the Eagles move to 11-1. The TPS experts think that Philly will play well again, but its luck will run out, and the Niners, eager to avenge last year's loss, will ultimately prevail 35-33. Cleveland Browns versus Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams got a huge win during Week 12, blowing the doors off the Seahawks and keeping their admittedly slim playoff hopes alive. The Browns, on the other hand, are in serious trouble. The injuries continue to pile up, and they fell to the Broncos while the Ravens and Steelers won. The public is fairly split on this one, though. The votes came in 59-41, favoring the Browns. Madden sees Los Angeles taking it, however, but in an extremely low-scoring affair, with the score amounting to 10-6. Our pickers are also going to take the Rams on this one, but we think that Matthew Stafford stays hot and takes the top off what's been a strong Browns defense this year. Final score, Rams 38, Browns 9. Kansas City Chiefs versus Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are shockingly one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now, but they're going to have their work cut out for them with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs coming to town. The community has spoken, and they believe that Andy Reid's squad will have no problem in this one. In fact, 86% of the votes came in saying so. The machine seems to agree here, as it showed a 44-17 blowout that would break the hearts of cheeseheads everywhere. On the other hand, the TPS experts think that this Packers hot streak is actually for real. Green Bay's gonna shock everyone and knock out KC 27-21. Cincinnati Bengals versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Lock of the week. The Cincinnati Bengals are headed out to Duval to face off with the Jaguars team that has been playing phenomenal football in the last couple of weeks. The public doesn't think that the Bengals have a snowball's chance in this one. 90% of the votes came in backing Trevor Lawrence's squad here. The Madden simulation sees this one going in favor of the Jags as well, predicting a 34-10 win for Jacksonville. Unsurprisingly, our experts don't have much faith in the Joe Burrow-less Bengals either. The season is lost for Cincinnati, and the Jaguars need to keep pace in a competitive AFC playoff race. Jacksonville rolls to a 33-9 win. And there you have it. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, then add your own bold prediction down below for a chance to win some awesome prizes. And be sure to vote on next week's games starting Sunday night in our community section. Then tune in next week to see if you won.